Go figure. All right. Whee!
If you can hear us and if you use hotkeys, make sure you're updating the ones that use proficiency bonus because it went up last time.
All right, I am not liking my sound set. What has OBS done again? 1 second. Let me check something.
I actually don't use the hotkeys.
Okay.
What is that popping noise? I'm not sure if let me see if I hear that. Yeah. No, I'm seeing it in OBS. I don't know. I don't hear anything. Super Dave. Okay, well, thank you. I'm seeing it in OBS. It may be just some feedback. Who knows? You know, like I said. So it begins. Thanks, Excel. Appreciate it. And it looks like I am, once again. Yeah, there we go. All right. Alrighty, folks. That big, powerful entrance there. And yeah, well, they should be talking here in a second. We are playing Tuesday night D&D, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. The players, say hello. Someone just say hello.
Howdy.
Did you hear them? I showed in Discord. It went through. I mean, in OBS. Make sure that people can hear y'all. Chat will tell us. We hope.
So they can't hear us?
That's what they're saying.
We're lighting up on those.
Yeah.
Our frames are lighting up.
Is this the module? Yeah, it is. Super Dave. Are y'all here? I don't see. Quetzal's not here. So we're missing Quetzal tonight. So it's just the three. So yes, let's do our introductions real quick. Yes, thank you. And Super Dave, welcome. Yeah, we're in, this is episode, I was off on my title before I changed it. Episode 84.
Episode a lot.
A lot. But this group also, the episodes includes Dragon Heist. So they transitioned from Dragon Heist to Mad Mage. But let's do our introductions. Quick recap and welcome those who are to the channel in our lovely game of D&D. Felinial, you're up first.
Okay, so Felinial is the now 17th level Wood Elf Druid Monk. And I've also picked up Quetzal the Quiet. So he'll be pretty quiet tonight. He's just going to move around and hit things.
Yeah, that's what Quetzal does.
Don't forget the biting.
And bite things.
It's one of his favorite pastimes.
There we go. Yeah, it is. Shadow.
I am Shadow, the Tabaxi, now 17th level scout.
And Linder.
Hello, I'm playing Linder. I'm a 17th level half-elf bard wizard.
Like I said, yeah, we're missing Quetzal tonight and some other stuff going on. So, and he's easy to play. You just, like I said, you point him in the right direction and say, bite, kill. And that's what he does. Yeah, it's episode 84, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. They have descended down to level 20. Deeper and deeper and deeper into the unknown. So with that being said, anything they did level, they were in a ooze slime zone, messing with a spaceship, spelljammer ship that was on the level above them. And we'll adjust the volumes a little bit here. Thanks, Excel. They met some genies type individuals who both were in competition with each other to have the party members just travel down to this level to put an end to a lich that lives on this level and to bring back his phylactery to one of them. The one who gets the phylactery is free of the Undermountain. The one who does not, unfortunately, has to stay here forever. An evil trick, once again, that they've discovered that the Mad Mage Hallister has done here in the levels of the complex that he calls his home. So yeah, was there anything? I think that's pretty much what it boils down to. and we ended last week as they had leveled up and were headed down. Tom Jones or Frank Sinatra. Is it really that low? Well, hold on. Let me bring my volume. Let me check. OBS. Bring the volume up. Yeah, it is kind of showing low. Huh. Okay. How's that, Excel? Okay.
I have to lower you now.
I know. It's ever since this last update, sound settings got all kiboshed. That's right. Unless there's anything to add, I think that's where we pick up the action as the group is headed downtown, right? And you should have all of y'all should have the map before you, and you're in the upper northwest quadrant of the map. And there we go. So they're silent. So I take their silence as there's nothing else to add, and they're ready to begin.
Indeed.
Linder's always been slow. He doesn't project as much as the other ones. So I'll bring Shadow down a little.
I'll bring my mic a little closer.
There you go. Okay. So they're moving along. Okay, I see movement as they continue down. And I guess we should probably put on a little dungeon depth music. Does Linder sing
How do I
songs first?
sound
He
now?
should. He should. I'll bring you up a little bit. You're fine. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
No.
Linder doesn't sing. Mm-mm.
There's no audience down here. Not well, there's no, I should say wow. That was the incorrect thing to say. I'm going to rewind that one.
All right, continue on. Oh, yeah, I guess I should probably unveil some more of the map. Okay, there you go.
That was as far as I could go.
Yeah, exactly. You see it go down and it begins to turn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so all you're seeing. All right, you come across, so you move to this direction, you come into what looks like a T intersection. And you basically, I'll let you all make your perception checks, please. You can out.
Would you like those in the tower?
You make
in
it
the
out,
open?
y'all make it out the open. Yeah.
How's my 34?
Yeah. That clack, clack, clack. You hear what only can be described as a sound, these very faint, very in the distance, and with a tint of echo in it and all that. Sounds like stone cracking on top of stone.
From which direction?
It's at the T intersection. Sounds it's coming from both directions. And it's a different. Hold on one second there. Alrighty, that's what I was looking for. All right, let me. Shadow, you are going to be told by both yourself and Linder. You almost put your foot down on the ground right there, and you stop and you step over. You step basically one to your left, because as you were about to put your foot down there on the ground, you see something kind of very faint glow up under the dirt rocky floor there. Just, ever so caught your attention, both yours and Linder's.
I'm going to start my detect magic.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
Wouldn't you know that tile lights up all of a sudden then? And
wow.
Yeah. So now I was using the party instant investigation check inside Fantasy Grounds. First time I ever done that. That was wonderful. I enjoyed that.
Nice.
A nice roll that y'all didn't know was going on there. Yeah. And yeah, Linder, both y'all look, it's a glyph that you almost stepped on. Looking to you as though your detect magic will tell you that it's a negative energy, death awaited
Oh,
you.
great.
Just stepped on it.
Oh, lovely. Well, let's just avoid it.
Yeah, you looking at it a little bit more, and it looks like it's some type of symbol spell of death, a death circle. Would have popped y'all for a lot of necrotic damage.
Good spot there, guys. Appreciate that.
Right, boom, right there.
You're very welcome.
And you can see just basically, what looks to be the cavern. This is not Unity, so I have not moved over there yet. No comments from the peanut gallery.
Like, we want to go, but you're refusing, that kind of comment?
Yeah, pretty much. All right, tokens are locked. This Super Dave. This is just classic, still classic Fantasy Grounds. Since we started,
and because we're not using Unity, I'm using 2 different computers to run this.
You guys had to bring that up in chat. Thanks a lot. All right. Yeah, and you see before you as it moves on the cavern tunnel that way. You hear definitely more sounds of best be described as stone smashing on stone. And you turn around and you look from that angle, and you see what looks like the tunnel begins to open up into a much bigger room.
Both Quetzal and I are going to be sneaking.
Sure you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my hood up.
What's that? I plays Fantasy Grounds better. Oh, well, Dave, that is a wonderful question. That would take quite a long to take. You're going to find that we're pretty much a Fantasy Grounds channel, even though we do have a couple DMs that run some stuff on Roll20. They both do what they're supposed to do in running games. We will tell you that Fantasy Grounds, the automation is far superior to Roll20, but Roll20 doesn't have as steep a learning curve. And integration with some, being able to use D&D Beyond to showcase things, where in Fantasy Grounds, it's all internal to the system. So there are plus and minuses to both. We're not here to knock it, even though we'll say we like Fantasy Grounds better. So, but please join the Discord, and you can ask that in one of the rooms, and you will get a lot of answers.
Use the tool that works best for you.
Yeah, exactly. Use what works best for you and what's going on. A lot of people will tell you, I got friends, and Matt, my partner for Astral Menagerie, he's got Roll20 because he's got so much invested in it. It doesn't make sense to have to go buy all the books again and all the stuff in Fantasy Grounds. Same thing with D&D Beyond. I would probably somewhere down the line have to purchase some of the stuff just because some of the shows that we're putting together, we want to be able to showcase some stats differently. So... but we use the ultimate version here, so none of the players have to purchase anything to be connected to my game to have access to everything. I can share all my books while they're connected to my session. Very similar to what happens in Roll20 and Beyond. You can share that information, but they do have to be connected to the game to be able to see their stuff. But they don't pay for anything. Not a damn dime.
Which is why I pay everything into D&D Beyond.
There you go. See? Yep. They're all great tools. So, okay. Shadow, yeah, you're going to step around and you are going to look into what is definitely a cavern that's got about a 50-foot high ceiling. You're going to see a huge opening here, but immediately to your right, you're going to see this huge creature. Let me showcase to you. I'm going to open this up for you, and you see right in front of you this hulking mobile mass of jumbled stone stands atop a natural rise in the center of the cavern. It is using its fist to smash just rocks, which are it's just smashing. It's about you looking at it, it's a 10-foot tall construct of stone. And it from the backside that you're looking at it, it's like it's a robe, is made out of stone. You can't see its face or anything like that, but it's a robed figure of some sort. And
I go invisible.
And what you see though is it's got 2 arms and its leg. It's a humanoid, but then it has what's sticking out of it in multiple spots are more legs and more arms. And another head that's kind of missing the side of its face, and it's now what the original size of 10 foot, but now in its total size with all these pieces to it, it's about 17 foot tall now, and it's amalgamation of stone torsos and limbs and heads. And as you're staring at it, and it's just smashing and turning, and it reaches down and it picks up another arm. It's broken. It's like breaking other stone creatures of some sort. It kind of attaches. It's trying to attach the limb to its body, and you see more of the creature as it's doing this. And it, damned if it doesn't look like it's a stone version of Hallister standing before you. And you see as it moves around and it's looking at pieces, there's 4 or 5 easily more 10-foot tall stone golems laying on the ground, just like it, but in pieces.
There are how many golems on the ground?
About 3 or 4 or 5. 4 or 5. Let me see. Yeah. And it's smashing them, and it smashes them. And then, it's watching, just a show. You look over behind, over just kind of to its northwest there, and you see what looks to be a stone forge, kind of carved into the wall there, not lit. There's a rusting anvil, sits right on top of this, foot-high granite plinth. Just kind of looks at it, and the creature, sits there, and every now and then it picks up a piece it doesn't like, and it throws it. It hit too hard. Maybe it broke the arm wrong, and it won't stick to it right, and it just kind of chunks it. And then it's sitting there, and he panks a couple more, and then he looks at this, grabs one of he sees a head, and he's studying it for a second, and he sets it down, and he brings his both fists up, and he just, it doesn't make any noise, but he just slams down on top of the head, and it just shatters. And you see him kind of brush aside a few pieces like, Thanos did, when he was smashing. He picks out this little stone out of the head, little crystal of some sort, and he sticks it in its mouth, and he swallows it. And then he grabs the rest of the head, and he smashes it into his body, and you see it stick to his body, and his head that's like missing the top of, maybe it's like the lower part of the face on the jaw is just stuck to it, to the creature. Thanks, Super Dave, for the sub. Welcome to the Rejects. Make sure your Twitch and your Discord accounts are linked together so you can get notifications of things going on in Discord as a sub. Welcome to the channel. We do appreciate it. And that's what he's kind of doing. He's just slowly smashing these things.
It's a strange creature.
And you, like I said, see the tunnel goes, the cavern goes off to the north a little bit there. You see across the way a tunnel, and yeah, and then Shadow, you'll move into this area, and you're going to see more passageway. Continues on, and another couple of tunnels on the eastern side. And this thing is huge, this golem that you're seeing. Shadow just, y'all don't even know where Shadow's at because you disappeared, right, Shadow? Didn't you say that?
That is correct.
Yep.
I'm never too worried about him. He knows what he's doing.
How high was the
50-foot
ceiling in here?
50 feet. Different spots.
50
It's
feet. Okay.
irregular, but yeah. At its most apex and all that, it's peaked at about 50 feet.
What do you think?
It just kind of moves around and goes over here, comes around on the other side. Now it's facing this way, and it smashes what's left of one more stone golem.
Do we want to try to take him down, or should we try to sneak past him?
We can definitely take him down. I'm guessing he's probably a golem. He's probably not intelligent enough to be reasoned with.
Makes sense.
Shadow,
Do you
want
wanna
to
open
walk
it up,
around
or
and
should
you
I?
saw outside of his big footprints in different spots, you saw other golem, you footprints of the size of the golems that are on the ground coming from multiple directions in and out of this area. Walking, you could see their tracks moving around, going back and forth.
Thank you for that.
It finishes smashing what's last of one other stone golem. Smashes the head. You see it, look at this fragment of crystal, puts it in its mouth, swallows it, and then it just stops for a second looking, and it stops moving. It turns its attention, and it's just looking this way.
Well, this is new. Well, do you want to open it up, or should I? Or are we waiting for Shadow?
Well, Shadow went invisible, so we don't even know
We
where
have no
Shadow
idea where
is.
he's at. That's right.
I know. I'm aware.
I'll do the honors this time.
All right, go for it.
We'll start out with a 5th level erupting earth.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he's saved.
Dang.
Roll. Well, so the earth erupts and it takes some damage and all that, but it doesn't do anything. Just stands there.
And where is the erupted earth spot?
Yeah. Yeah. You do need to draw that.
Let me redo that.
Well, so if you're gonna stand out. You basically, I didn't see Flindial move, but Linder, you're gonna stand out in the open to
Yeah,
cast that
I'm gonna
firebolt.
peek around the corner and hit that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now, okay. So
Yes.
you give some damage. Now then it turns as your firebolt slams into it. Its head turns toward you. It heads, and yes, then you see a grimace cross its face, and yeah, roll initiative. It points at you. All right. There you go.
All right. Well, it wouldn't be Quetzal if he didn't just charge in, right?
Okay.
That tracks.
True. Oh, whiff, Ola. There's a crit.
Should have done a smite.
Next time.
All right. Shadow.
Move up.
Yours.
Dang, you saved that one too. Them 18s. He's on it.
Well, it's not like he hasn't got like a dozen of those.
He should have 14 by now.
Yeah, I don't know. I knew it was a lot. He's trying.
I know he hit his 14th level of monks, or it's 14 now, right?
Shadow's trying. I'll give him that.
Yes, it's 14th level of monk. Well, that's pretty much what I can do.
Millennial.
Gonna do a green flame blade attack.
Get in a square, sir.
I have a feeling he's going to be big by the end of this turn.
Millennial, put yourself
What's
in a
that?
square. Young
Okay.
man. I don't see yourself in
Well,
a
you gotta approve the movement. I
Oh,
can't
I don't
do it.
see it. Oh, thank you. Okay, there you go. All right. What do we got here? All right. Well, we'll give. Let's see. Attacks. Yep. Do. See within 10 feet of it. All right. So, crush target, wisdom saving throws. All right. So, that's not happening. We were rolling. Oh, that'll help. Okay. So his eyes flashed for a moment as you saw that, and then he'll swing. Can make 2. Oh, can he only do that? Is that his only action, or is that? Ooh, I did that. Ooh, shucky darns. I can't figure out if that's. Creature targets one or more it can see. Makes the wisdom saving throw. Bam. Can't use magic. But is that... I'm just going to count that's one of attacks. All right, so then he'll swing at Quetzal and miss. Okay. All right. Linder.
All right. I think I'm going to re-roll that one.
Yeah, okay.
Hey. That'll do.
Okay.
I would probably use an inspiration on that last one.
Okay. Furiously hacking, stone bits flying everywhere. Can he do it? Can he do it? Oh, he didn't make it this time. Let's see if he could go the whole round, the whole combat without hitting one. Uh-oh. There's another critical. That should do it. All right. So, bam. He goes down. Down goes Frazier. Just begins to, just shatters. Bits and pieces of stone just go everywhere.
Any signs of magic in the rubble?
Yeah, I'm curious about those crystals he was swallowing. Can we dig through? And...
Nope. He's bad. No, let me see what they say. 2 things. So the Golem swallows the crystals. Yeah, there are none inside him. That's at least what I'm seeing here. However, you get a ping from the forge.
Magic from the forge.
You go over there, and you move stuff around. You're watching your ping, and you see there's soot and old, burnt stuff in there, and you'll see what looks like a little tinder box kind of back up in the corner area, and your little ping is coming from there.
All right, I'll go up there and grab it.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little, like I said, a little tinder box, and you hear something rolling around inside it.
Okay.
What's inside? Is it the box itself that's magical, or the
whatever? No, what he's seeing is inside.
Okay. All right, I'll open it up.
You see a black bead. 1.
I wonder if it's a spell bead of some kind.
It's definitely.
I will.
Okay, it's in the party sheet, and you identify it. There you go.
Oh, beat of force. That's a good one.
A single one.
Yeah. Very nice. All right.
Continue on. What are the rest? Shadow, I guess, disappears again and starts moving along.
I'll let him go ahead. I'll wait by the entrance.
What about the rest of y'all?
That's when I will come down here and just look around.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to see what goes on. And Quetzal's going to come down to this way and is going to see, well, can't really see that, but yeah, basically more tunnel ways. And Shadow steps up and you come to and see a big rock, pillar in front of you, and you see going off to the north and the south. Quetzal moves down here, seeing a very small tunnel and more continuing on down. And Quetzal's beginning to notice to this southwest down there, faint glow. Very faint.
Can you tell distance on it?
Oh, he's still got it's just barely inside his dark vision.
Well, if it's a glow, it should be able to see that even beyond his dark vision.
Well, I'm just letting you know he sees a glow. So it's big cavern.
Okay.
Faint glow. Phosphorescent glow, what he's thinking it is.
All right, which way do you want to go?
I'm interested in what's glowing. It's a curiosity, I'd say.
Okay, let's
More
follow
interesting
the
than
light.
my way.
Let's say that's the cat's job. Okay. It's also, damn it, quit. Cat. Got too damn many cats. All right. Begin
I
to
don't
move.
think that's a thing.
Yeah, and there's definitely phosphorescent glow is lit. You see rocks kind of covered with this stuff. And you begin to see what looks to be a crevasse in the ground. You can see
Yes, a
deep-
crevasse.
a crevasse. Yes.
When I swivel my head looking north, do I see anything going that way?
You just see more tunnel. Yeah, something
Just another tight passage.
very tight. Yep.
I'm a cat. I like
And
tight tunnels.
Footprints. What's up, Corey?
Yeah, that's because your cats are made of liquid.
everywhere.
Everybody knows that.
There is 30-foot high cavern here with and you see the basically all of a sudden the floor area gives way to a opening. You can kind of see. You can't see down it, but you're basically seeing, there's a hole in the ground. And there's moss you kind of see growing on the walls now, slowly, little by little, as you move closer into the room. And, then you've begun to see. You look a little bit more deeper, and you can see probably across the way because it looks like it's only whatever. Just a few pieces. Yeah. Well, the chasm's pretty deep, but you see a few mushrooms, fungus type things, zerkwood, a few pieces, sprouts of the zerkwood trees popping up.
Have we found what is producing the glow?
It's just phosphorus moss. Just moss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Bioluminescent moss.
What you waiting for, Shadow?
I'm just going slowly through here.
So yeah, y'all look. Yeah, you move around, and you can see this how deep this thing is. What you looking, you cannot tell how far down it is. Your vision is unable to tell you.
Yeah, it's just blackness.
Blackness, most certainly.
I'll be back in just a couple minutes, right?
Okay.
Very well.
Y'all got it. Yeah. So you see this cavern, like I said, it's about, the peaked roof is about 30 feet high. You're looking and you can see, stretches on and on.
What do you think, Shadow? Should we conduct the torch
I'll
experiment?
let you know that this just goes, just so you know. Open that up to y'all just so you see it. Nothing big.
Sure, let's see what happens.
All right. I'll light one of my torches and throw it down the chasm.
You throw it and it goes its distance and then just disappears. And you do not hear a thump.
It's out of sight by the time it lands.
You're not even sure if you did it. Did you even hear it land?
Yeah, so at least out of earshot as well.
Yes, sir. Salsa, quit, damn cat.
Okay, this seems to be a bottomless abyss.
Well, let's not jump down it then.
Yeah, I concur.
You can move around and you'll see. Yeah. And on the other side, as you're checking it out, you'll see the ever so familiar pillars of thou shalt not pass. Mm-hmm. Whoops. Sorry, my bad. Grabbed you back when I was trying to open this up. You've got tunnel goes off to the east, and you've got a small passageway. Okay.
Give me the small passageway.
Grab your companions, please, somebody.
I'm here.
All
I'm
right.
coming.
Yep.
They tossed a lit torch down the ravine, and the light disappeared before.
Yep.
Yep.
Correct.
Didn't even hear it land.
Nope. You'll see.
Did it look like it faded out?
Yep.
Or just,
Yeah,
Yep.
It faded out of sight.
Yep.
I'm curious about it. I want to go down in a second and take a look.
Well, you have the best chance of being able to do that.
I could certainly do it, but
Yeah, that's true.
do you think it's worth it?
I mean, nothing seemed terribly interesting about it. It just seems to be a bottomless chasm. Seemingly bottomless, shall we say.
Seemingly bottomless means really deep, but it's got to be a bottom to it somewhere, right?
Well, you never know.
This is a land of magic.
And with Alistair, you could just be falling for like 30 minutes without hitting anything, and then you find out you were sitting in place the whole time.
It's up to y'all.
Okay. Where are we going?
Don't know.
I'm trying
Are
to
we
go
going to
down.
go on the more open route or the more narrow passageways?
Flinny, you begin
like
to move when you move
narrow
into
passageways.
the east there, you begin to move into what is an immense cavern. You begin to see it's open up into a huge area. And you're going to see stalagmites on the ground. You see, lots of stuff. Shadow, you'll move down, you'll see your tunnel, and you're going to see more of it. And you're seeing more footprints, a few of like the footprints of like the golem feet when, just putting two together. But then you're also seeing what looks to be all different shapes and sizes of smaller ones moving around, going all directions, back and forth.
So I'm seeing some footprints this direction, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of footprints?
Like I said, it's regular human size, normal size, and then other smaller ones, different shapes and sizes.
Are the smaller ones wearing shoes or boots, or are
You
they?
can't tell. You doesn't. Not sure.
Just a lot.
Yep. 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 Moving around Shadow, and you're going to come into this area, and you'll see tunnel going off, and then it turns, it kind of opens up into cavern to the west there. Hold on one second. And you're going to sit there and you're looking, you hear some movement, you hear some shuffling around, and all of a sudden, just kind of coming out of your view shot, coming from north going south, you see mushrooms walking.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. You
We have
got
walking
about
mushrooms.
yeah, the cavern here ranges from 15 to 30 feet high. It's thick moss grows on the floor everywhere. To your west, begins to see a forest of fungi growing, all different shapes and sizes. And you will see over, in this area, you can see what looks like, you see a couple of glowing fire beetles moving around in the fungus. And then you'll see, holy crap, are you serious? Okay. Well, it's like a huge sturge invasion. You see a couple of, they're myconids, but I don't think y'all have ever actually run into any of them before. You're going to see all in this whole area right here. Some centipedes moving around inside the fungus. You see some fire beetles moving around, and then they kind of stop and they move out of the way. And these two, basically adult-sized myconids, which are they're medium-sized creatures, walking past them, looking at some of the plants, looking at each other, and they kind of pet a couple of the fire beetles, and the centipedes move out of the way, and they look at each other for a second, and then they continue on.
So I decide to put myself in some shadow.
Uh-huh. You see the fire beetles, and what's up, Dad Aussie? Good to see you. The centipedes that are moving around, they're all in this area, this forest. They're munching on the plants, kind of eating some. Especially, you can see a couple that are like not with dead. Maybe they've kind of fallen over, gotten too big. And they kind of like they're cleaning up the floor, kind of being caretakers. I don't know if that's, the right way to put it, but they move around and they just kind of munching on things, and the myconids are moving a couple of dead plant stalks that are there. And, kind of churn. Maybe they got some small wooden tools in their hands, and they're kind of churning up the ground a little bit. That's all they do. Silent too, except for the clicking noise of the beetles. You hear the feet of all the centipedes moving around.
Either of you guys ever encountered sentient fungus before?
I don't think so.
I don't believe they have. But I'll give Flinnial the Druid a nature check. Maybe he paid attention in class.
My nature is actually better than his.
If you're proficient in nature, you can roll it in.
I'm actually expertise in it.
There we go.
He's rolling those 20s. He did an early one too, Get those out of the way. So your classes that you went to that day, apparently, well, I don't know about Shadow, even though he's got the 13, it's the 9. I'm not sure if Shadow, maybe a ball of yarn got in the way that day, but you do remember some stories about myconids, and their intelligent ambulatory fungi that live in the Underdark. They seek enlightenment and deplore violence, and they are telepathic in their communications with each other. And they have a communal bond, a group that form together, live in a colony type deal. And they basically, are, caretakers of things like this, if they eat and they exist, and they kind of have a symbiotic relationship with other creatures like this that you can see that's going on. But in the general census, they are not violent.
I will step out and just kind of wave to him and say, hello.
Yeah, you do that, and they all stop. The centipedes for a second, I was looking at you, but then there's one steps up and kind of puts his hand out for a little minute, and the centipedes pull back, and then go back about their business. And these two walk up kind of to the edge of the mossy ground and all that's there, and they look at you, and they look at each other, and they wave. If you're waving, they kind of put their hands up like they don't know what that is, and they.
So I guess y'all can't understand what I'm saying.
Let me see. 1 second. I forgot what they just look at each other and then look at you. You're forgetting something. from what your class told you.
Telepathy.
They're,
But I'm not knowing
they're
how.
telepathic.
Okay, well, I'll shrug and wave to him again and walk on past.
Yeah, they don't do anything. They just kind of stare and watch y'all, look at each other. You just see more tunnel. All right. Basically. Fun guys. Really, Corey? That's a bad dad joke. Fun guys. Oh boy. So, what are we doing? Yeah, it was. Corey was painful. All right. Yeah, you're going to move and you begin to see into a huge cavern. Oh, one thing I forgot to add too, there was a howling wind echo coming from the north, Flinny. When you stepped into there, you heard kind of a whoosh, somewhere in the north and off in the dark.
Okay.
You also, let's see, moving around, you're going to see, and your huge area here, cavern walls kind of tapered inwards as they rise and becoming curved, and what you see, you don't see the ceiling. I don't know who's got the farthest dark vision. Shadow.
I think we all have 60 feet.
Just
I
60.
think we'll have 60.
Yeah. Okay. So I couldn't sure. So yeah, the dark vision goes up, and you don't even see the ceiling. You see stalagmites kind of dotting the ground, and maybe you can't tell. Maybe you see a few tips of some coming out of the darkness of the ceiling above, and you're sitting there, and then while they're chalking, all of a sudden there is a flash of blue, bright, white light coming from the north. Like a camera flash. Poof. In a cavern, for a brief moment, like lightning, you can kind of, briefly, you see a huge cavern. And in the center, where the light was for a second, is this huge, tall stalagmite, basically, that is coming up off the floor. And the light was at the very top of it. Lights of the cavern. All right. So let's see. Shadow is now moving down this way, and you're going to see that. And since y'all let them go, I'm going to remove those for the moment. You see, yeah, you're... And let me see something here. I need to do that. Okay. All right. Everybody's moving along the wall. All right. Yep. And let's see what else we got in here. This I got to bring. Sorry, I've got to bring up. Making sure I'm reading all this properly. Okay. So y'all are moving along the wall, I'm assuming. And you're just seeing. Yeah, you're just, you can see more of the cavern opening up before you. And the wind is definitely off in the distance, a howling echo. Like those sound effects. And where are these other people? Where am I supposed to see? I don't know where they're at. I don't understand. Trying to look at something up here, but I don't see them, so I'm not worried about them for the moment. Okay, moving along. Sorry, folks. It's got a bunch of pins, this room does, so I'm trying to make sure I get them all. Yeah.
So this big looking thing that's right here, is that the one that had flashed?
Nope. You're not even close. You're not near it yet. That's just a pillar, just a rock formation going up to the ceiling. Yep. Y'all move up again. Another flash goes off. This time, though, okay. So this time the flash goes off, and then it stays on. And what you see off in the distance, what's lit up in the air before you, you can't really tell, is this huge stalagmite. Like I said, you see off into the distance there, and it rises straight up. And the light stays on. There is some at the top, you gauge it, it's about 120 feet up. And at the very top is the light, this blue white light is flashed, and it's flashed the cavern and stayed lit. And you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, I have to pull this up here because they didn't give it to me. Bear with me. Think of it like Sauron's tower, and the top of this thing, the light's there, and it's like it's not an eyeball, but for a brief moment, it's moving around, and then all of a sudden, it hones in on you guys. It's kind of the white pupil of it for a second, and it's staring right at y'all, and oh man.
So by the way you say it's staring at us, it kind of implies it's alive.
No, I'm just letting you know that this crystal. This a crystal light. You know, it's a beacon of light. It flashed, and then it kind of stopped and then moved toward y'all or looked toward y'all, and then as it's sitting there, all of a sudden, I need 40-foot radius. Everybody, dexterity saving throws from you all. As meteors start to come from the ceiling above, slamming down into the ground all around you.
Assuming 11 fails, what about
It's a good question. So let me see what they're giving me the DC save because of what's doing that. Where did it go? Sea area, okay, but I did. Crap. Three of you failed. Linder did not.
Okay,
I
will both use inspiration.
I will use a key point.
That allows you to reroll your save now, doesn't it? Your diamond thing,
Yep.
right? Yep. Okay. All right.
Quetzal was going to use his nominal instead of inspiration.
Okay. So that gives y'all all pass. Then finally, creatures, the dexterity saving throw. Each you must make a dex save. Spreads around the corners. Yeah. So with Shadow though, I'm trying to
That's evasion, so evasion would make it 0.
Okay. Well, what basically happened is all of a sudden these things are just slamming out of the ground, coming out of the sky, both fire and big boulders. And y'all will take half of that. Bludgeon, that is fire damage. And half of that bludgeoning. The three that yep, shadowed somehow, however that works with evasion. He steps out of the way.
I jumped across the boulders as they were falling down. Anime
Maybe
style.
that comes out to 68 on damage.
Yikes.
Ouch.
Falling back.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I just take Quetzal. I'll get him again. Was there any other? Briefly, as y'all are backing away, you're not sure if it's the wind from something that's way past, and you hear that noise. The wind noise is way past this stalagmite that you see rising up out of the ground. You're not sure if it's the wind or if it's if it's your imagination of a quick. And y'all would run, and y'all would have still, you could, make way seeing this cavern is still there. And the light is still lit at the top up there. Has not gone dark. But now it's just kind of, I would say it's a faint pulse, not a pulse, but ebbing back and forth just a little. Keeping the top of the whatever this is kind of lit up.
Hey, I got 2 hands up over here for a short rest.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let's fall back further down here for a short rest.
Tickle, tickle. So real quick, to make sure I explain what y'all saw. Like the definitely can't see the ceiling. You've got stalactites, 10 to 15 foot tall, dancing on the floor areas. There is a cavern floors dotted with stalagmites 10 to 15 feet high. The cavern walls taper inward as they rise, becoming curved up into the ceiling. That is, as it curves up, you begin to lose sight of it. But like I said, every now and then you would see something like a stalagmite kind of peeking out of the darkness, and there is this tower of what you see going up, like I said, about 120 feet. And above it is a stalactite hanging down directly above it. And then right there at the top of this tower is this crystal. And then y'all got pummeled. And I'm hearing a short rest. Is that what was going to take place?
Indeed.
Okay. They're catching their breaths.
Greg, give some to Quetzal too. He's doing it.
Yep.
Actually, hold on. Quetzal's good. I'm good. So, actually, you know what? I need to go tuck in my daughter, so I'll be back in just a minute.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You move down the corridor a little bit. You see it. Okay. You come to an intersection. Yep. Another T intersection going north and south.
Let's have some tea.
Oh boy.
But we just took a short rest.
Exactly. He had tea and biscuits. Okay. You can see another T intersection.
Another spot of tea, everyone.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yes. Certainly.
Okay. Moving around, you'll see same thing this way. Doo-doo-doo. Night Hard Game. What's up, folks? What's up, Frank and Ann? Good to see y'all. It has been a while. Thank you for the raid. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye. Sorry. Hope y'all are doing well tonight. We're doing a game, or was it crafting night? I think Tuesdays y'all's crafting, correct? Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay. Shadow. It's another T intersection. Your favorite.
I'm about to pee here soon if we keep drinking all this tea.
Boo. Very thin passageways. Yep. Move around and you'll see it. Yep. Opens up into a another area before you. And yeah, I know it's true, Zerbius. Once again, faint coming out from the north where y'all are at. Since you moved into the room there, you hear another cackle. Very faint. All right. Definitely coming from the north. And you'd be damned if it doesn't sound like an old man giggling. And then you begin to see a chasm. Once again, a crevasse. I mean, so sorry. Make sure you use the right words before you. This one only looks, as you move up closer to it, and you hear definitely the sounds of gigglings rising from the darkness. This one only looks, it's about 20 feet across, though. This one is pretty much to scale. And goes... Yeah, your dark vision looks down and you don't see the bottom. And you see, what looks to be more on the other side. And it's about 20-foot high ceiling above y'all.
So we can only see 30 feet here.
Yeah, I'm not worried. It's you see what you see. I'm not too worried about your dark. Your dark vision will do what it does. Okay, hop across. You will move up and you getting again. Shadow, you begin to see as you get close to that entrance, the mossy floor begins to start growing again. You know, there's kind of like a, not really like a demarcation line, but you can tell. But until you walked into that, it was, you know, dirt, stone floor, you know, uneven floor. But now you're beginning to see mossy grass and all that again. And you move, and you're going to see into another room. Once more, forest of fungus everywhere, and standing in the center, just kind of there are six, one, two, there's only five. Okay. Looking,
Shroomy dudes.
Looks like a, Mike and Id, but it's, how do I, something a little bit weirder about these. They got fur. Some of them, they've got patches of fur in different spots, and their arms are a little bit more elongated, and their limbs, both their arms and their legs, a little bit more. And they just stand there. They're not moving, not doing anything.
I just kind of back out.
Trying to remember if y'all run into these creatures. I think y'all have, because you're going to recognize. Honestly, I don't remember. Give me a wisdom check, Shadow.
Just wisdom,
Yeah,
not
just straight
nature
up.
or anything.
No, I'm just trying to memory. I'm trying to like get what you might remember. Just off the top of your head. Just give me a wisdom check. Okay, that's all I need. So I think y'all may have seen, they kind of remind you of Quaggoths, the way they looked. And if you don't remember what that is, I will pull one up, but these definitely looked like they were dirty, filthy. They had fungus growing all around them. They didn't provide me a picture of it, so it looks like this, but very dirty, and got fungus all over it and patches of the fur everywhere, but you know, it's molded in some spots, and other parts it's definitely fungus. You see white hair kind of everywhere, and blank staring black holes for eyes. So weird looking. You're welcome.
So not much in that way.
Okay, let's go south.
And once again, as y'all are moving away, comes from the crevasse.
Comes from the crevasse.
Yeah, down in the dark. Yes, comes from down deep. Yes.
I reply.
You don't get a response. Just.
Sounds like a challenge.
Kind of sounds like bait.
Yeah, I'm not going to take that bait.
Yep.
Chickens. No, it doesn't say that.
Be more interesting if it did.
Even though there's been others in the dungeon where it has replied back to you with some smart ass comments, but not today. Okay, you move into another area. You see it kind of opens up, curved ceilings. You see another stalagmites come off the floor. Yeah. About 20 feet high cavern. And it's got stalagmites and stalactites littering the floor and the ceiling above, almost like it's a tooth-filled maw, craggly teeth.
It's a cave.
Yeah. Plentiful rock formations everywhere. And you move in and you can see. I'll give you that one, just so you know. Oops. More before you. You don't see the ground is crystal clear. There's nothing except for what y'all are doing. There's been no movement in the area.
So by saying the ground is crystal clear, you mean there's no tracks?
There's no tracks. That's what I meant. Yeah, y'all are making them. Correct. Sorry. Samurai, what's going on? And it's deathly quiet. No more giggling. Okay, yep. You'll see, it looks like something's going off to the south. Shadow, sorry, you'll have seen this area, and you see something, it looks like the tunnel heads off to the north and turns. And you see, as Linder, when you move up there, you're going to see a stalagmite, and you'll see heading, kind of cave, curves in a little bit, although it's heading both. You see a tunnel going to the southeast there, and one going directly east.
All right, I'm taking another kid. I'll be right back.
Okay. Shadow goes that way. What about you, Linder? Yeah, you move in and you can see, it looks like the tunnel system going directly due east. And then
This is starting to feel too quiet.
Yep, there's no movement, nothing happening at all. Except, well, I take that back now, Shadow. When you come to there, you're going to hear... No, we don't hear doom, doom, doom. Not yet, Zeke.
Okay.
Zeke's not... Oh, God, that would just send this game into turmoil if Zeke was around here.
It's what I do best.
Uh-huh, yes.
Okay, bye.
Right.
Zeke, you should share what you got from Praetor in Discord.
What?
Did you share a picture of what you got in Discord there, buddy?
I can, yeah.
should.
I can post a picture.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
a
I'll put it.
picture.
The D&D thread?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. What do?
Yeah, I'll put it there.
Put it in there. Blender, you move up because for a second, Shadow, you heard whispering or kind of chatting, low talk, you know. And Linder, when you move up, you're definitely going to hear. You can recognize it as dwarf.
I recognize it as well. Then
Wait a second. Oh, okay. Hold on. This is not. Apologize. 1 second. I'm reading this wrong. Okay.
okay.
That is. Oh wow, they've put the tokens in the wrong spot. 1 second. Let me move these. Okay, so you know what you're saying, Shadow, is you know Dwarvish, the language, right?
I know all spoken languages. If they understand the language, I can understand what they're saying.
Okay, so you can, in your hearing, coming from this area here, you can hear what sounds like several dwarven voices, low talk.
I will go invisible.
All right, Felinial and Quetzal move down to here, and y'all are going to see tunnel kind of heads south-southwest, and you're beginning to see along the walls here and starting here are little niches carved about 20 foot high, 2 or 3 rows of them in the wall. You can see the indentations from where you're at. Linder moves. Linder, you're moving away, and Shadow's going that way. Okay. Linder's running
I'm going
away.
to get the others.
Okay.
I say, hey, we heard some voices up here.
Okay.
So I'll look closer to that in that area where you have the arrow pointing.
You're hearing talking, and you kind of there's in deep shadows. Or there's definitely some movement. Sounds like some rustling on the ground, and then just as you step in there, you basically will see what looks to be in your sight. You'll see like a little cul-de-sac area, and sitting on the ground, at least from your viewpoint at the moment, is you see a couple of dark-skinned dwarves. Sitting there, chatting. You shoot across, you might see a couple more in your vision. They all seem to be sitting on the ground. And they are rummaging around in their packs. You see one as you ran through, grab something and to bite it off like it's a piece of jerky or something, and they're mumbling, talking to each other, and you get a feel as you're watching them. There seems to be a total of 6 of them in there, and 3 male, 3 female. They, although you couldn't tell them apart yet because they've got iron buckets. They got their iron helmets on, and they're just kind of sitting there, chatting in a low voice. Eating.
So I'll kind of put myself up against the wall here and wait to see if any of my companions decide to do something.
Well, Linder,
I'm trying to listen on.
Well, when you do that, I need a stealth check from you when you run.
That's fine. I still have my hood up.
All right. Kind of hear them. They're chatting, munching. They talk about finding a shrine here. We can find the location of it. Then we can plunder it, and we'll take the riches back to our clan. Phasrion will be happy.
You say Bazrion?
Phasrion.
Did you ask them to identify that?
What, Brian? You broke up.
I was just curious if Linder actually asked them.
No.
No. He was
I did not
asking what
actually
I said.
ask them.
No.
Yeah.
You and Shadowheart, either one of y'all proficient in religion?
I am.
Give me a religion check.
You got it.
Not bad. You did that, and you turned around and ran right back when they said that. You paid attention in class that day. And Phasrion brought up an image of a bald, green-skinned giant with glowing eyes and white feathered wings. It is Phasrion is a planetar. Planetar? How do you say that? Planetar? A god of some sort, I think.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Do I know the alignment of this god?
Well, they're Durgar.
That's true.
You put one and one together.
At best, they'll be displeased to see us.
Maybe we should ask them where this shrine is at.
Well, it seems like they're trying to find it.
They're trying to find
I
it.
don't know if they know where it is.
Yes. They we think you hear we know we're close. So far.
Should I go try and talk to
so
him?
far, so good.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to go step out into the open and take my hood down and, approach cautiously.
Okay.
Say-
You see them. You see one look up, and you see
I'm gonna
he
shout out-
stares out
I
you.
I shout out in Dwarven, good evening, or some kind of greeting like that. I come in peace.
There are others here. He says this in dwarf, and he stands up, and they're all looking, and they all begin to stand up, and this one picks a javelin up, and he throws it right at you, swishing over your head. Roll for initiative. They all start charging Linder.
Okay.
Whee! I rolled. Really? That's horrible. All right. Make
Did you
sure.
approve mine and Quetzal's moves? We moved that before when he was walking up.
Stone Coaks. No. 1 second. Yeah, but get in a square, you big cheater. You big cheater. Okay. Yeah, they picks up a javelin, threw it at you, and away we go. Y'all hear and they are definitely not quiet now. Clearly intent on what they just did, without a doubt.
I then bonus action. I bamf out of there.
Okay. Quetzal.
Alrighty, so he has a new feat now where he can shoot with his crossbow a couple times, right?
He should be, if he's using the hand crossbow, he can shoot it like 4 times.
Yeah.
Nice.
But what's its range?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out.
I thought it was only.
I think it's
20.
short as like 60, right?
No. Well, hold on a second. Let me look on it.
It is 30, 120.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you still got to get pretty close.
Yes, he does.
Pretty much up to where I am.
Yeah, that's 30 feet. Okay.
Yep.
And he can shoot it 4 times, or he gets 1 per attack.
Once per
He
attack.
gets his normal number of attacks, and he can get 1 bonus one if
That's-
he's holding the hand crossbow.
That's right.
And it is a hand crossbow. So, okay. Nice.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah.
you can smite on those. If it's a weapon attack, not the divine one. You can do the weapon attack ones, just not the divine one. That one's melee only.
I think it's probably all right.
he's got a Gatling gun.
And we're going to do this one at 4th level.
Is that erupting earth again?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Come on, Linder.
All right.
Oh.
Missed the second one. That's all right.
Well,
Look at him.
yeah.
Come on, crawl your way over here, bud.
Well, all he can do really is
Surrender.
he doesn't do that. 10, 20, he'll run. That one.
Remember, the green square is difficult terrain.
Yeah, so he moved. Oh, they're only 25, so he's only going to get there. So 10, 20, 25. 5, 10.
Well, no, he could dash another 25. If
Yeah,
he
but no,
wants.
he's throwing her javelin.
Hmm.
Missed.
Missing again.
Mm-hmm.
Subdue him.
I will misty not misty step, shadow step there.
Yep.
So he should be unconscious.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
He gone.
Yeah, he's dead.
No, I used non-lethal damage, I said.
Did you?
I didn't hear you say that. Oh, yeah.
I said
Yeah.
it before.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. So that's fine. Then he's just unconscious. No problem.
I don't know how much information we're gonna get out of a religious fanatic.
We can try to find out, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Bind him.
Yep, it's actually a female.
bind her.
Once you pull the helmet off.
Right. Naturally. I'm going to run around and recover my 2 arrows.
Yeah, Quetzal will try to recover his arrows also.
The bolts, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, what are we doing? All that you can see around them that they've got looks like they had a little couple blankets laid down on the ground. They were resting, it looked like. There some rations are on the ground, little mess kits, their kind of packs opened up. Yeah.
I'm going to put now that we've got her all tied up and stuff, I'm going to put a level 1 cure on her to wake her up.
Okay. Yep, she groggily wakes up. Cursed.
I say in Dwarf, hey, listen carefully.
Piss off.
You can walk out of here alive if you want. We can be really cool to each other.
Oh yeah, like my companions.
Or you
can
join your companions. You attacked me, so that's on you all.
What do you want, surface dweller?
I heard you talking about this shrine. We kind of want to find it now.
I'll be right back now.
No.
What was that?
It's ours.
Okay, well, you can have a part of it. You can have a part of it and be alive, or you can have none of it and not be alive. So that's your choice.
This ours?
She looks at her companions. It's ours for the takings. We're here to loot it, not your scum.
There's no longer a we.
Yeah, they're not here anymore.
She just kind of stares at y'all, anger, enmity in her eyes.
I mean, if you want to stay here and join them, then that's your prerogative, I guess.
You'll never find it.
Quetzal, are you hungry?
When is he not?
I mean, it's 10 hit points.
You'll all die.
Okay.
What did we learn? Anything?
No, not really.
Do you want to try?
I asked. Yeah, give it a shot if you like. I tried what I could.
Yeah, he probably isn't going to understand me. I don't speak Dwarvish.
Okay, it's a female anyhow. I asked Quetzal if he was hungry.
Difference. Almost
Quetzal's
the same.
always hungry.
Well, chow time.
I'm not enrolled.
I don't feel the need to observe, so I'm just gonna walk over here.
Oh wow! Oh, he just chomps on her twice. Okay, this is Quetzal. Just rips her throat out. Shakes her like a toy. Okay, you killed her. There's nothing else on them. They've got their supplies, their weapons, and each one of them have this large, empty, big gray sack that they're all carrying.
No holy symbols?
Nope.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, you see the tunnel going directly east, and then one going south.
Ah, yes, the old south. The southeast version of
Southeast, yeah.
Which way do we want to go?
You're leading. We're following.
Do I see anything more going this way?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you see it turns, then begins to head east again.
I'll peek around the corner.
Heads off and then turns slightly upwards. What about Flinny and Quetzal? What are y'all doing?
We're coming.
All right, so you're going to come in. You come into what's looks like another big cavern again, and you're going to see.
Before we move on to the next room, I'm going to re-up my detect magic ritual.
You cast it. What you're saying?
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to ritual it. Yeah.
1 second. Let me see something here. I don't need that. Niblet. Stop. Damn dog.
So if it's not the cat, it's the dog.
Yeah, I got too many damn animals. 1 second. Okay. Shadow, you come around a corner and you're going to see standing just in the darkness there. Which one is this one? A stone golem is standing right there, and you barely, right on the corner of the control, you see another one. And I gotta open it up. Let me see. Is this the right spot? Let me make sure. So he's actually. They've got the. Man, they positioned these guys wrong. I apologize. He's actually going to be a little bit closer. He's looking straight at you. He's watching the. As you come around. Well, whether he was the lender just came right behind you. This one. Let me make sure. This one says it's near. The other one is close to. 9A. So it's actually you don't. Damn it! They had these positioned wrong, so you don't know of the other one. Sorry.
Well, I see this one staring at me. I immediately go
staring
right
at you. Mm-hmm.
And I go invisible. So now he's staring at Linder.
He is staring at Linder. Linder, you can make me a stealth check real quick in the tower. Just by chance, so you won't get killed.
Certainly.
Can it see you? Well, it's got it's shit. It's gonna be. Well, apparently it doesn't at the moment. It doesn't register a movement.
Okay. I'm going to freeze and put my hood up.
Yeah, you're just seeing. You'll see more of the cavern, and I'm just going to give it to you since you know there's one there. But there's one. He's to the north there, but he's facing north. His back's to you, Shadow. And you've got a pretty good sized cavern here. Do I have a 30-foot high peak? Walls that slope inwards to form a 30-foot high peak ceiling. This golem that you're staring at looks exactly like a wizard with ruffled hair. You've seen his image everywhere, and you're staring right at a stone version of him. And it looks, and the makeups of it are exactly like the ones that you saw broken and being smashed by the bigger one that had all these arms and legs stuck to it and all that. And then when you first came in, you know, yeah, they all look alike.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly come back around the corner here and take out my little sending stone.
Okay.
Shadow, I think you have the other one, Shadow.
Yeah, but he'd have to
I
know
do.
that you're using it.
Yeah. I can't make it buzz or anything.
I don't believe they do.
Call waiting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, where's the stone? Yeah, you would have to. Y'all would have to come up with some. You didn't talk about it beforehand, so at the moment he has no idea that you're. I don't think. Let me just see. One stone pair. While you touch one stone, you can actually cast any spell on it. Targets the bearer of the other stone, and yeah, so he would have to have it in his hand.
I mean, it uses a spell, you said, right? So I don't
While
think
you
it had.
touch one stone, you can use an action to cast a sending spell from it. The target is
You're
the
touching
bearer,
the stone that you have. You don't touch the other person's stone.
but he has to be holding the other one.
Does bearer
not what that
imply?
said.
It's the bearer. It's the bearer of the other stone. Does
Yeah,
that
you can
mean?
The tone of the bearer,
Yeah.
the target is the bearer. If no other creature bears the other stone, you know for a fact as soon as the stone don't cast a spell. Okay, he has to be. I'm already ruined. He has to know that you're going to be doing it and hold the stone in his hand. It's not going to be a buzzing sound or say, "Oh, you got cold coming through." Okay, so
Okay. Well, because I assumed it's using the sending spell, right? The sending spell
Goes
creates a
through the
telepathic
stone.
message.
Does it not? Does it not do it
It
through
creates
the?
well the
No.
sendings. It creates
Bear-
a telepathic message.
Once sending is cast through the stones, they can't be used again next dawn. So I'm assuming that
The sending spell says you send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a
Okay.
manner
All right.
immediately.
All right. So, okay, you grab it. Since he has it on him, oh, that's fine. The case made.
Okay.
Yeah, case made.
All right. Cool.
I was thinking
Fair
there was
enough.
like he had to have it and know that it was being sent through him. So,
That would make the item pretty much useless if it was the case.
no, he could be holding it and walking around. He could be holding it in his hand. Or why not strap it to a. You could do things with it. But the case is made.
Right.
Y'all are right. Y'all can play it that way.
Yeah.
What do you tell him?
I say, all right, where'd you go? What do you see?
I see a second one a little further north.
Okay. All right. There's two of them this time. Should we try for it?
If that's the way we want to go, then we got to go through them.
That we do. All right. Leave my hut up.
You move into there. Okay.
And that's a line attack there that'll hit both of them.
Yeah, it's a 5 foot square. 5 foot. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm assuming
All
that's
right.
what it is. Yeah.
It's a lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Roll it up. Why didn't I get... Okay. Do that again. Initiative, roll.
There you go.
Yeah, but these guys were here. Oh, it looks like they're still at the bottom anyway. Okay. Doesn't matter.
I'm at the bottom.
Shadows
Well,
at
but
the
you're
bottom.
faster than them. They rolled the same. But I'm assuming your dex is going to be astronomically better than theirs. So, yeah.
But he's got 11, they got a 15, so they go before Shadow.
Yeah, that's what mine is showing as well.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Sorry.
I'm
Quetzal.
underneath them.
Yeah.
Quetzal can't get all the way there. So he'll go to there and shoot with his crossbow.
His machine gun.
Yeah.
He fires.
Nice.
Tank. And it bounces off of...
Yeah, that seems useless.
Tank!
He will put the bow away and draw a sword.
Okay. That's his turn. Millennial.
Let's see. What's Millennial going to do? Can you approve my move there?
I'm sorry, I didn't see it. My bad. There you go. Linda.
And I'll throw out a skittle.
All right, so he'll move here. And, well, actually, yeah, he will. He'll first 5, 10, so he's going to throw, his eyes are going to flash. Doesn't matter. He'll drop a hammer on Quetzal. All right. Next one. Now, Shadow, you were shadow stepping. You were doing your shadow walk, invisible, right? I would assume.
I am currently invisible.
Yeah,
Yes.
I figured as much. 5. I don't think he could see. No, he can't. Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20. It basically moves to here. Shadow. Thanks, Tomb. Okay. Why don't... There we go. I'll say, why is it not moving?
Nice.
Okay. All right. And Shadows, you're sitting there, and all of a sudden from up above, you are swarmed. 1, 2. Creatures drop out of the darkness.
Oh, yay.
Since you did some nasty things to their friends. Alrighty. Yeah, that's where's the 5, 10, 15. Quetzal's gonna get. There's one there. 20, 25. Well, can he get there? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, there's actually gonna be another one there. 5, 10, 15, 20. They'll just swoop in and around. Dropping on Shadow here. Looks like it came from the ceiling. Alrighty, so let's just do this. So the first one's going to... We got a bite and a claw. Alright.
Are these gargoyle stuff?
They look like it. Flying around, dropped out of the ceiling. All right, so they're zoned in on Shadow. All right. Quetzal. Oh. Horrible. Oh, that's just bad. I think I've got one more. We'll drop. Let's see. Odd Quetzal, even Shadow. All right. So last one is 5. And he'll...
Thank you, Tombstone.
What did he give you? Uh-oh. Crit hit for Shadow. He doesn't need it. He only got popped, once out of all that? That's just sad. Okay, so they're all, floating around on top of Shadow and right above Quetzal. And y'all know
Nice.
what they are. You know what they are. It's no big deal. Understanding. You've seen them before.
Yup. Splonk.
Well, that's going to hurt. Okay. Oh, he did.
Might have been overkill.
Okay.
So that was 2 shot.
It exceeded by 41, so maybe.
Three crits.
That improved critical is so good.
But the advantage is pretty awesome.
Okay.
Okay, and then it's time for an action surge.
Okay. Here, I'll put this. Hold on. Let me put this guy. He just. Actually, we'll put him right here since.
So that was the 4th hit. So. 5 and last one.
Mm-hmm.
Got him.
Okay.
So now it's cleanup.
Yep. Now it's just time to mop up the little guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna do a destructive wave.
Is that an area effect or is it targeted? I don't remember that
It
one.
is each creature you choose within
Okay.
30 feet.
There you go. Okay, that's all I need to know. Yep.
Yep.
I couldn't remember.
You ever combine those into one effect? Not talking about
Yeah.
the damage wise, because one saves will take half damage. So if you do, what is it? Radiant, and
Thunder and Radiant.
if you put those in one damage, then it'll correctly do the half damage for everybody, for the ones that save.
Dang. I was trying to, but I picked them up, and then when
I'm
I tried
not
to put
worried.
them back,
They're
I
not
just
that big a
rolled them.
threat to y'all, so don't sweat it. So I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just roll them. So
Which
they're
one
fodder.
saved? 5 saved.
Yeah.
All right. All the ones that did not save and are still alive got knocked prone.
Okay. They're on the ground. Shadow, you have a crit.
Thank you.
Just gonna stump him on the ground. Shadow, you're funny. Oh man. I say, Super Dave, you're in the Discord. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Everybody watching, I haven't heard enough about it already. Make sure and mark your calendars for Saturday night. The ladies will be joined by Satine Phoenix here on the channel in a game of one of her first times. She's never played in Greyhawk before, apparently. I chatted with her today. So it's first time.
Bonus action, Shadow Step.
Okay. All right, so prone stands up. We'll basically fly over and give Linder some love. Okay.
Just remember 11 and 5 both stunned.
Okay, can't do anything. 14 will rise up and come on prone, and then give Quetzal some love. Maybe not. Yeah, I figured it was going to have to be pretty damn high. 5 is down, and 7 will rise up. And we'll do no better knowing that it flies to Quetzal. Hitting Quetzal. Give Quetzal a little tickle. And miss.
Just a little one.
Yeah, pretty much. Now he's going to tickle back.
Yep. Now it's going to return the favor.
Okay.
And let's see. He is going to use his combat inspiration on his damage. See about 21. Proc was a miss.
Okay, got that one.
Oops. So the first one was a miss. I don't know.
What's wrong?
That was
I
on
double
number
clicked it
14.
and it rolled twice. The second time, it was two different ones.
He's got him.
So the 7 was the guy that was dead. So that's why. I rolled the attack before you removed him.
Oh, gotcha.
But he missed 14 for his second attack, so we'll do his third attack. We'll go with the crit.
Nice.
Was
It
that
didn't
not
seem like
applied?
you went on
Yeah,
time.
drag it over.
All right, then he will step forward 5 feet. And as a bonus action, he will do his Hungry Jaws. All I gotta do is find where it's at on the sheet.
He has a hunger for gargoyle.
Should be down right below his attacks, I think, isn't it?
I think he's got a hunger for everything.
I'm trying to find it.
He's just kind of got a hunger.
Oh, it's bite.
There it is.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
That was just a bite, and if he hits, he gets.
Correct.
Okay, so it's just a bite.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that one's dead.
All righty. Last one goes down. All right. It is quiet again.
Should we do another short rest, or are y'all good?
I'm okay at the moment myself.
Bender, how you doing?
I'm fine.
I dropped. Oops. That was supposed to be. I didn't go to anybody. Okay. I'm dropping the heal on Quetzal.
Okay. Well, doesn't he lose his temp then?
No.
Thought he on a short rest.
Take a short rest.
Oh, I thought you were.
We're not-
Sorry, my bad. Okay. Okay. All right.
I'll drop the heal.
So yeah, you're moving in here. You're going to see an open up cavern area. I'll give this to you here, and you've got looks to continue on to the north. You've got an opening due east, and opening due south. And I'll give you this one. Southeast.
It looks like we missed a room over there. Do we want to go check that out?
We probably do, but there also seems to be something that we're missing.
Say that again. I missed.
There's something else that we're missing as well.
You got a couple.
Yeah,
down there.
let's keep those out while we're down here in this corner.
All right.
Up to y'all.
Lag.
Yeah, me too.
Really? Oh wow. All right.
Yeah, it just hit me hard there.
Going east or south?
Well, we're right here. We might as well check out this little pocket since we're by it.
Okay. Shadow is in there. Linder, you move in and you see it opens up. And yeah, it does. There's a little pocket area. Let me see if this open up. You begin to see the stone kind of becomes firmer, and it's like earth, dirt, packed. It's very firm dirt. It's only about a 10-foot high cave,
Okay. Interesting.
and you see there's kind of some uneven I would say maybe mounds start to form on the ground as you move into this area. And then you see it definitely swings around to the deal. All right. Yeah, hold on. No, Felina, you're going to have to wait. Put Quetzal in a square, please. Alrighty. As soon as Linder moves into there. Where am I looking for? Erupting out of the ground. Right next to you is
Naturally.
this creature. And it... this is
I'm
hand.
gonna drop a shield on myself.
Does that make you miss? All right.
Yep, brings my AC to 20.
Alrighty. Alright. It's boom, 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 boom. Yep, rubs up out of the ground, and you see the earth begins to move even more. As another one comes
Lovely.
out, and another
so
one
good.
comes out. Roll me initiative, gents. And 1 second. Let me shut this, close this out. And I roll this. Okay, that's horrible. Alrighty, let me put. That is everybody rolled. Let's see. Bam.
Alrighty, what am I gonna do here? I guess I'm gonna come up here and do a green flame blade. Oh, you're vulnerable probably to the fire. That's nice.
Linda.
I'm gonna light my sunblade.
Okay.
I am shedding bright light. If
Oh, that's gonna be a
Uh,
problem for me.
Doesn't give a damn. I don't
I do.
care. Shine all you want. Oh.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh, come on. Let me derp. Damn. Oh, really?
Nothing like getting the opposite.
And I am going to imagine that these are undead and they will take the extra radiant from the
You
sunblade.
could definitely tell that they're undead. Yes.
Damage.
Wasn't it? Very nice.
Shadow. That's a hit.
A 2 is a hit.
Yeah, they ain't got much.
Yep.
Yeah, hit on a 2 also.
Yeah. Yep. do that, Shadow. What is that? You just stepping backwards? Just moving back from that? That's well, you're not gonna know. You're gonna have an op shot. You didn't know you were
Okay.
standing right on top of one, and it reaches. Was holding her. It's gonna grab you, but it misses.
It's gonna try to grab
Try
me.
to. Yep. But you see a hand, basically a hand's coming out of the ground on that one. Quetzal.
Oops, hold on a second. Let me redo that. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
And he will do a pretty flame. And might as well use an inspiration to reroll that.
Okay. There you go. Whoosh. All righty. More come out of the ground. This one rises up, and it can see within. So it's going to. That's going to actually targets a creature it can see. It'll be Linder, and that is a failure, Linder.
I will go ahead and use my last inspiration to re-roll it.
Okay. There you go.
That is a much better.
Yeah, and it right, target fails. Nope. Okay, seeds on the saving throw. Okay, so you're okay. That one's good. Yeah, basically standing up, looking at you. Now it can't. Oh, it can do. Mummy can use dreadful gaze to make it. Okay, so and Mummy can use and oh, it can. Okay, so he'll stand up, and then he's gonna. He didn't like that you saved, so he's gonna pop you in the face and miss you. All right, and. This one is going to try to do the same thing. All right. Didn't like that. So it's going to slap you. All right. You get hit.
I can't shield my way out of that, so you're good.
All right. You get that. You get success. However.
Yeah, my detect magic.
Yeah. A target. So then you get but then you feel something kind of creep into your bones. Okay, you're good. All right. You, however, stepped on one, and this guy is going to first try to grab you.
It's hard not to when they're in every square.
Yeah, there's the whole room full of them. All right, and this one. All right, and
that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You are now have been cursed. And all right. Okay. I need to know what that is, and it is there. And it's going to then try to also give you, while you're staring down at it, it gives you the look. But you succeed. Millennial. This one's going to try to do the same. Totally missed. So slap to the face. That's a miss. Oh, well, Linder, you walked right into the hornet's nest.
Well,
So it's going to stand up. It's just going to try to slap you twice. Oh boy. But you you can't be double cursed. So you're basically just feeling the pain. And this one will well, I don't think it has any choice but to. It's just going to pop. Millennial, or try to. Apparently not today. And one more. I thought you.
If anyone has a successful hit against me, I'm planning on shielding.
All right, so I owe you. So number 4 shouldn't have done anything. He was stunned. So I missed. Didn't I strike at you with number 4?
It missed.
Yeah, so it shouldn't have. So I'll give the miss to the last one because there's one more, the last one there. So,
Gotcha.
because that was unfair.
And 8 can't reach anybody from there, I suppose.
Well, it could just move.
Yeah.
8. He did his gaze, didn't he? That was the one. Yeah. So he'll just move. He's gonna. How much faster do they move? Okay, they're 5, 10. He's gonna come this way. They are not very fast. Oops, sorry, my bad. Faux lineal.
But I'm just thinking about something. So I'm going to use a spell I haven't used yet called Firestorm. Let's see. Storm sheets roaring flame. Area consists of up to 10-foot cubes, which you can arrange as you wish. Each cube must have at least one face adjacent to another one.
Yeah. So they got to be touching. So the question is, can you move it around? Yeah. Yep. Must have at least one face adjacent. Yep. Yeah, I think you can. You're trying to whip it around everybody. Yeah. So, well, that actually could go down one, couldn't it?
No, he needs it so that he can have more facings.
Yeah, he's.
There you go. So up to 10. So that's 1,
Yep,
2, 3,
yep.
4, 5, 6.
10-foot cubes. 10-foot cubes, which range you wish. Each cube must at least have one face adjacent to the face of another. But does that mean they have to be fully touching, or can you do like the one you did? There's the whole face. It doesn't say.
They're adjacent. I mean, it doesn't say it has to be the entire thing.
Yeah, but at least
It,
one
it,
face.
it says
it
nothing
does.
about.
It says
Yeah,
one
it
face
says-
adjacent to the face of another. So
Yeah.
the whole face has
But
to
it do-
touch.
Well,
I
but
think-
it doesn't say that they have to occupy unique areas.
That's a good question. There's another ambiguity there as far as could he do it like that, or do they have to complete that? That's I don't know. I'm trying to see.
How about that?
Does it have
Yeah,
to?
that solves the problem right there.
Okay.
You don't even need that one up there that's just all wall. You can
Well-
do it enough with five squares.
Yeah, I was
should
going to
work
say,
right
you
there.
bring that ack up and you bring the other one around. You wouldn't get. You still make a circle
that gets
around. You
everything.
can still make a circle around. They all have to touch, though. I don't see how that works. Well, anyway,
They must at least have one face touching.
yeah.
They don't have to all be in a circle.
But the whole face has to touch, is what I'm saying. Does it say that the whole piece or just a piece of it? Because it is a 10-foot cube. So yeah, I don't know. So that's fine. We'll play. It's he's going to swing him around. He's got 10. So
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I can add more in there if I need
Yeah,
to.
and it's going to be it's inconsequential at the moment. No.
Very nice.
Dead, and heavy.
Very nice. Yes.
Whoops. And bam.
That- Aim in hand for a change.
Hey.
Of course, that was my 7th level spell slot. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
So that one that wave was the only one that made a saving throw. Is there anything of interest in here? Any treasure?
Let me one second. Let me close these windows out. And
How you feeling there, Linda? You're not looking so good.
Not feeling tip top right now. Something's
well,
going on.
Well, yeah, and
I can fix that.
Would you be so kind?
well, as you're doing that, the whole area erupts. Y'all feel it's like a bubble goes pops, and y'all see it's just a wave of energy. How's future? It doesn't tell me how it burns. That doesn't matter. It's just a cue boy. Y'all turn and look, and you hear a hiss, a gasp, and you turn and you face, and you see a big mummy pointing at all of y'all, and it does this. What now? Say it again.
What he hit us with.
You don't know. You just because he shows up, some negative energy just goes all around y'all. You basically feel you're well, you'll find out if you try to cast something. And he will. I can't see them.
Did I get my my spell off before that? So I was casting.
You cast it and nothing happened. What did you? And let me make sure. What were you trying to cast for him? Greater Restoration.
Greater restoration.
I'm going to. Let me see. Make me a. Let's see, against him. I don't think he's gonna be able to beat you, but we'll just do a Dex check. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to beat you. Yeah. Okay. So you pop that on him, and let me make sure what you just put restoration on him.
Yeah, removed his cursed.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what what was that I put on there, making sure. Yep. Okay. Bam. And he will then.
Do you want to take the cursed effect off?
Thank you. I will. Yep. Sorry about that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
He will. He's looking at Quetzal. When he does that, where is it? Can he do? See if it does any good. It may not. Quetzal had a failure on a save.
Yeah, so use this inspiration.
He's fine. All right.
Nice.
Top of the order. Well, actually, back the up. Bam. So we'll just keep the same combat. He was just moving up on y'all while y'all were doing y'all's thing.
Do I even know he's there?
You won't know he's there, but you'll know there's some necrotic heavy mojo just got hit in this whole cavern area. So
And it's still present?
yes, it is.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to get away from that then. When I get to there, does that get me out, or do I need to move further? I guess I'll see.
You don't know what it. Let me see what it was. Let me see the.
If I can feel that it's still present, then I will try to move further away to see if I can get away from it.
It's the whole area is lit up by it. You see this dark haze everywhere.
Okay, well then I will move out there. Did I get away from it from there?
No, you did not.
All right. Well,
It
how-
seems
how-
to be emanating from him as you move toward him.
Oh, well, you didn't say that.
Well, because you didn't ask, and you moved toward him. So you did. You come around the corner, and ran toward him.
Okay, well, I'll go there.
Okay. Lender. And he is a large creature. I think.
He looks medium.
Well, so yeah, I was going to say he should take up this space then, right? Large is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'm still Sunblade ablazing.
Fine.
All right. Don't know if it's of consequence or not with this guy.
It is for me.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. And all right.
All right. I'm going to just hold my action. If I see him trying to cast something, I'm going to counter him if I can.
Yeah. Well, is that the end of your turn?
Counter spell is a reaction spell. I don't think you
Yeah,
have.
it is. You're right. But I don't know. He's got some nonsense going on.
Yeah. And what does this mean? And pin for location. That's hilarious. Okay, so that he will that should account. Not gonna do any good. So he will give you. He just goes boo on you, and well, no. Are you done moving?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I need to know. He will look at you. His eyes will flare up as you move that direction. Where is it? Never mind. Shadow, your turn.
Okay.
Is it purple?
What's purple?
I don't know. Raider. I didn't even see Gary. Guys, I'm sorry. I've got the chat window closed. Thank Matt. Gary Con Live rated. Oops. Sorry. Good to see y'all. So,
How far does the bright light go?
15 feet. I'll draw you a circle.
yep. Okay.
Those should actually be a little smaller than that.
3 on each side. That's perfect.
I will then shadow step here.
He's not drawing it from the grid. He's drawing it from himself, from the middle of the square.
Yeah, because I'm holding the sword.
Yeah, he's holding the sword, so it emanates from 3 squares out on all sides of him.
All right. Everything else, you say you want the shape drawn from the cross
I
lines
do.
of the
You
grid.
do. He did, and then but you're still going to draw it back. You still, right? Is it not the same? So if you do what you're saying like this, oh, he's right. Okay,
Yeah.
no, Brian's right. No, yeah, I do say that. He's
Okay.
correct. Yep.
Well, there we go. Wow. A 1 and a 2. Oof.
I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll that.
Okay, let me see what he can do about this. Okay, all right. Okay. Nice. He failed. miserably.
A 1 and a 2 yet again.
Yeah, he did.
Oh boy, he's stunned.
Okay, so that when he does that, now is that you moving?
That's me moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then he all of a sudden, when you stun him like that, ooh, he is now regular size mummy.
He Mario shrank.
Mario, yeah, basically. Yeah.
All right, I can't reach it all the way
And
there.
that should then, will that drop the energy that you were dealing with? I think so. Let me check 1 second. Well, you go ahead and do what you're doing. I think it will. I think it does. Where is that?
Give him a little fire so you can approve Quetzal's move when you get a chance.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and say that, well, and it fires off. Where did it come from? I know that. And let him continue what he's doing while I'm looking at this. Where did that come from?
Well, Quetzal's done. He's stunned. So now it's Flinil's turn.
Yeah. Oh, so I can't do anything. I don't believe I can't save anymore. No, no, not my mummy, man. Y'all are beating up mommy.
Yeah, approve my move.
There you go.
Nice.
That's interesting. Here, sorry. I was trying to read what other things he can and can't do.
I run towards him with my sword up, yelling, "Sunblade!"
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, almost. And that'll do it. Okay. He goes down. Thought I might be able to do more damage with him. Apparently not. Okay. He crumbles, becomes a pile of ashen dust.
Are we still in combat?
No, not anymore.
All right.
And you see tracks coming from that way, Flinio, as you move that way, of his shuffling.
I was assuming that's where he came from.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, when you move across, you'll see all those niches. You'll actually see skulls in the niches, kind of back ways. And
Nice.
You see all types of skulls. Human, hobgoblins, all different types of humanoid type skulls in there. And then you come into this open area. It's about a 20-foot high cavern, and you see more skull niches lining the walls everywhere.
More skulls.
More skulls. And you step in, and you're going to see what looks like a little alcove to the north there. It's got a central stalagmite and a stalactite, each 8 feet tall and covered with soot drawings of snakes and scorpions.
I'm going to re-up my detect magic when I get in here.
Okay. The stalagmite. Okay. You
What
see a
about
hole.
down in the other corner?
Say what? Yeah, I'm going to do a second. Just give me a second. I'm trying to read. There's a hole in the stalagmite, about the size of a medium person. And then you see, what looks like another chamber. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. Put that there. to the southeast there. At the stalagmite, there's a, like I said, it's got a hole in it. And you see there are 4 urns. 4 1-foot tall urns sitting in front of the stalagmite.
Okay. I'll go over and check them out.
You pry open the first one because it's a wax seal on it, and you see what looks to be the lungs of a humanoid creature. Preserved.
Preserved. Oh, gotcha. These are the organs from the mummy guy, probably.
Yes.
He'll just shatter all those urns and expose what's inside.
You'll see the lungs pop out. You see the liver, organs. You see one's the heart. And then what else? The
brain.
No, internal. Well, I guess maybe so. It says just internal organs. It doesn't specify,
So it's like the stomach and the kidneys, perhaps.
Yeah, all the internal organs are sitting there.
I'll call Quetzal over here and let him use his produce flame, burn these things apart.
Okay, he starts burning them all.
Yep.
Okay.
Burn to ash.
Okay, and you burn them, and as you hit the heart was actually pumping. Pum, 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 pum.
You didn't mention that. That would have been the first thing.
Well, you didn't. It just fell on the ground. So, pum, pum, and it doesn't anymore. No, he don't have to hit. That's fine. You're going to hack away at him. I'm not worried about it. There's like that. They don't have any fight back capabilities, apparently. Okay. And you look inside the hole. You can see that it's humanoid tissue. It looks like something could stand up in there. But there's nothing inside the stalagmite. It's empty.
Was that where the dude was hiding it?
I don't know. Could be. It's big enough for a humanoid to stand in. Shadow comes over here, and you're going to see around the corner, and you see an altar of a single block of granite, and it's dark rocks, and there's a mural painted behind it. It depicts a shadowy figure cradling a pile of gemstones in its arms. Those who are religion fancy confirms that it's meant to depict Laudagore. Laudagore? I don't know who the hell that is. Laduguer.
Say that 3 times fast.
No, I'm not. So, some evil person. Piled around the altar, however, is the good stuff. Bunch of copper pieces, silver pieces, gold pieces, some diamonds that look like they've got some cracks in them. They're slightly flawed. And an electrum teapot. There's your tea for y'all to have now. Okay.
An electrum
teapot. Yes. Also,
that's coming home with me.
You see right next to the altar laying on the ground is a rusty warhammer.
I'm assuming none of this piece is magical.
None of it's magical.
I'll pick up the warhammer and throw it against the wall.
As soon as you reach for it and grab it, it disintegrates. There you go.
Right.
However, you'll have all the rest of the other stuff. So let me get the rusty warhammer's gone now. So let me get rid of it. You had a bunch of silver, copper, 5 gems, 5 diamonds that are flawed. You can see that they're broken. They got cracks in them. They're big ones. They would have been worth 500, but they're only worth 100 now. And then your electrum teapot for y'all to have tea. And that is where we'll hold it for the night. Right there. Dun, dun, dun. It's 10:30.
Teapot cliffhanger.
Yeah, the teapot. They're
We
gonna
have
break
5
for tea.
goblins to go with the teapot.
There you go. All right, 1 second. Okay, so I'll do XP here in a second. We've got a couple of monster fights. All right, folks, that is it for the night. We thank you all for stopping by. We appreciate Nightheart Gaming and Gary Con for dropping by. As we said before, we have been chatting about a lot. Wednesday, we have no game. We will start, Meg 45 will start back up Tales from the Sanguine Isles next Wednesday here on the channel. This Thursday, though, we do have King Bashman with his merry gang of misfits playing Yawning Portal. We have Friday night is off. Mandy has got some personal stuff to take care of, and so we will not be playing. However, like I said, Saturday, you'll see another post on it tomorrow or Thursday on social media. We have Satine Phoenix joining the Rejects here Saturday night to play with the ladies. And join them in their requesting Greyhawk for a while, and then she will have time to speak about her and Jameson's the Kickstarter Sirens Battle of the Bards that's going on right now and doing quite well. They're making the rounds, and she has graciously agreed to appear here on the show and play with the RP with the ladies, and you never know what else may happen. Then we are off Sunday nights. Then we're back starting next week. We have Mondays on YouTube channel. DM Sammy is running Icespire Peaks. The following Monday, though, I believe that's the 19th, if I remember correctly, my dates here. It would actually be the 17th. Seth, or DM Esquire as he's going by, will be starting up the Storm King's Thunder here on the channel with another all-female cast of ladies here playing on Monday nights. And we will continue here on our Tuesday night game. So we'll have 2 games running on Mondays, a new thing for us, one on YouTube and one on Twitch. And we're basically starting to put some more content over on the YouTube side. So look for those changes and some new programming happening over there as we continue developing a few more ideas and getting some people involved with that, other outside the channel. So that is the schedule. So we hopefully y'all will make it, and please do your best to try to come by Saturday night, support the channel. We'll have a couple of giveaways from my wife's store, the Druid's Den, and see what trouble they can all get into with Satine. So that being said, we're going to call it there. Good job, guys. We'll do XP here in a second. Y'all take care, and we'll see you here Thursday night. See ya. Kabooming. Any day now. There it goes.